but for more on the Oregon Ducks and what they've been able to accomplish so far this season, their head coach Mario Cristobal joins us. Coach, congratulations on the season that you guys are having so far. It was interesting. Yogi and I were doing this show a week ago, and I happened to notice that while the playoff reveal rankings were getting done, you were cool, calm, and collected, enjoying a basketball game at Matthew Knight Arena. So where did you even watch these latest rankings?
Oh, I just got a tap on the shoulder from some of our people, and they kind of let me know as we're right in the middle of some type of film study preparing for, I guess it was short yards and goal line. So we're just grinding, and we stay the course, and, that's what works for us, so we're going to keep doing it. All right,
so, Coach, what is your reaction to now sitting sixth in these rankings?
I think it's awesome for the Pac-12, for our university as well. And it's because, again, that type of recognition is a tremendous honor. And at the same time, it reemphasizes the importance of just being completely focused on the task at hand, making sure that we're grounded, and just make sure that we keep taking care of our business.
Coach, there's so much that goes into it. There's so much attention on the CFP. I'm curious for you, do you feel as though you need to politic it all to state or make the case for the Pac-12 conference and your team specifically?
I don't think I don't know if politicking fits in a championship football. I understand what you're saying. At the end of the day, that there's a committee and a choice has to be made, or choices have to be made. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, but at the same time, I think bodies of work need to speak for themselves, and I think every team in the country at this point in the season is fully focused on making sure they can present the best body of work they possibly can.
Yeah, speaking of body of work, you guys, it's been so fun to watch you physically dominate games. You clearly have a style in which you've implemented on both sides of the ball. Is there anything that comes into your mind around style points? Because you hear that a lot of it isn't part of the rankings, then you watch teams move up due to maybe adding on a late score. Is that something you even talk about or consider?
I think it's part of what we do as it is. It's more than just playing the game. I mean, it's the way you play the game, right? Playing with passion, playing with a purpose, making sure that the way you play shows how important and how much your organization, your people, your community, your team means to you. I think that right there ends up producing the type of results that you want. And I think it creates the type of style points that you're proud of because they're genuine and real. They're not fabricated towards the latter part of the game just to create, a disparity on a scoreboard. I think style has everything to do with the way you play the game.
Coach, you've already had a really impressive career at a lot of different stops around the country. A week ago, we talked to Kyle Whittingham on this show, and he's talked about, some of the metrics that have been thrown out there. David Shaw has said this numerous times on this show. Hey, you can't always compare one conference to another because of the amount of conference games, 8 versus 9. You've been in other conferences like the SEC. Now you're handling business in the Pac-12. What's different and more difficult about what's happening in the Pac-12 conference compared to some other leagues that aren't playing 9 conference games?
Yeah, 9 conference games, that's a whole different dynamic now. And I'll tell you, especially when there's as much talent as there is on the West Coast and it's being attracted to the West Coast, that's a difficult slate. I mean, I feel like you're in playoff football every single week, right? And having played, there are so many good coaches and such an influx of talent that the parity that comes with it, the explosive players that you have to contest with week in and week out. This is an unbelievable conference, and being in the other places I've been, I feel completely secure in saying it's as good or better than any conference I've been in.
Yeah, we agree with that. I think somebody who's as good or better than other players is your quarterback. Comes back for his senior year. All he's done is throw 24 touchdowns, 2 picks, so his numbers are as good as anybody else's. For us, he's a Heisman candidate. I'm curious, how have you been managing him, his expectations, and what do you expect from him in this last few weeks of the season and a potential Heisman campaign?
Well, the best part about Justin is that he just always wants to get better. And he's a guy that he's done exactly what you would hope and expect for a player and a talent of his caliber to do as a senior. He has taken over football games, and he's taken a tremendous role as a leader, a guy that obviously everybody trusts, looks to for not only big plays, but just for true leadership, being a great teammate. And his number one focus is his guys, his team, his program, which he bypassed a shot at the NFL. so that he can come back and be part of leaving a legacy that, we all can be proud of. So Justin, his trajectory continues just to go up and up and up. He's exactly what you want as a quarterback, a teammate, a son. He's been the real deal. And again, I'm going to say it again, he's the best I've been around, but also his best football still ahead of him too.
Mario made reference to Justin Herbert and that legacy. Step number one, handle the rest of the regular season, get to a Pac-12 championship, win that game, and then potentially we're talking about you guys as a college football playoff squad. Coach, it's been awesome watching your football team so far this season. Hopefully they stay healthy, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good one.